Okay, hi, I'm Blake Thomason, and today I'm going to be editing Thomas's article, How Nonprofits Help Our Veterans. So I went ahead and copy and pasted his article into a Word document so I could see it better and edit it so the screencast wouldn't have been so long. And I highlighted all the changes that I made over here. But I'm going to go ahead and walk you through all of the changes that I made and why I made them over here on NPO. So to start off, the first sentence, when our veterans return to civilian life, comma, there are many issues that they face that greatly impact their lives. So I went ahead and took out that first that. So now it reads, when our veterans return to civilian life, there are many issues they face that greatly impact their lives. Some of these issues, and I went ahead and said include, and then listed them. And it says right now, finding employment, unaddressed mental health issues, and transitioning from military life to civilian life. So I went ahead and added possessing. So the verbiage would be parallel. Moving on to the next paragraph, I noticed within his article there were a lot of great nonprofits mentioned, but a lot of them didn't have any hyperlinks. So I thought it'd be a good idea to give the reader provide the reader with a hyperlink of all of the great organizations that he mentioned. So I went through and found all of their home pages and put it down at the Word document so I could hyperlink them on this original post. So starting with Operation First Response, go ahead and put in their web page, and then the next one's going to be Operation Second Chance. Gonna go ahead and add that one in there. So then the reader can just click on it if they want to check out more information. So let's go back up. Let's see here. Okay, so right now it reads, many veterans when they return home have difficulty supporting their family financially because of injuries or illnesses that they received while serving their country. And I felt like that read a little bit weird, so I changed it. And it was a little long, so I changed it to when many veterans return home, um, comma, they have difficulty supporting their families financially. And then it reads on. So the next sentence says these nonprofits are there to help them and their families through their financial hardship. And I went ahead and changed that to these nonprofits help them and their families through financial hardships. Just getting rid of some of those extra words in there that aren't necessary. Moving on. It says these nonprofits primarily funded through receiving donations and holding fundraisers. So these nonprofits are primarily funded through receiving donations. And I went ahead and changed, let's see here. So, and the next part is Operation First Response. We're going to go ahead and highlight that again. I went ahead and provided a hyperlink just so the reader has a chance to click on that again, and that's on Operation First Response. So go ahead and add that, and then we'll move back up to see where we are. All right, and and right now it reads Operation First Response, gives people a rather unique way to donate by allowing them um, to donate their frequent flyer miles. These donated miles, donated miles, and then I went ahead and took out go to. These donated miles help veterans receive transportation to Veterans Affair, and that's a hospital or office. And so I went ahead and found the Veterans Affair, just their homepage, to give another hyperlink, just in case if the reader wants to find out more. And moving on to the next paragraph, we'll go up here. Okay. So again, just hyperlinking these Helping a Hero and Challenge America. So let's go ahead and do that right here. Add that link. And then I went ahead and found the Facebook page super helpful when talking about Challenge America. So that's a hyperlink that I'm going to go ahead and provide right there. And then we're going to move back up. Okay, so the next sentence, when coming back to the States, comma, some wounded veterans struggle with everyday tasks due to their injuries. And again, Helping a Hero with that hyperlink will really help. Go ahead and insert that. And then come back up here. Okay. And looks like we're doing the same thing. It looks pretty good. Moving on. And then that Facebook page again. There we go. And then we'll move back up. So the next sentence that I changed, it says, okay, so this same sentence with Challenge America, I felt like that was pretty lengthy. It reads, Challenge America works to help connect veterans to quality of life programs through expanding current programs to help more veterans and a searchable database of programs that can assist veterans. So I went ahead and changed that over here to Challenge America works to help connect veterans to quality of life programs through expanding current programs, period. And then instead of this, so instead of to, I'm sorry, it's this. So this helps more veterans and creates a searchable database of programs that can assist veterans. Moving on to the next paragraph. So when returning to civilian life, comma, So when returning to civilian life, comma, some veterans may not have a family or support group to return to. And then the next sentence mentions the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. And so I went ahead and found that hyperlink again to provide for the reader. So that's all one thing. I'm going to go ahead and hyperlink that. Okay. And estimates over 57,000 veterans are homeless on any given night. And then and then he goes ahead and talks about another organization, Operation Homefront. And so I went ahead and found their homepage to hyperlink right there. Okay. And then it just says works to make works to make sure that when soldiers come home from the front lines, they won't spend a night in the States, sleeping in the streets. And then the same hyperlink for Operation Homefront. And then moving on to the last sentence, I felt like the much wasn't really necessary, so now it'll read, they also provide professional assistance to help them land a civilian job and support groups that can help veterans transition back into civilian life more easily. Okay. So the next sentence actually talks about post-traumatic stress disorder. So I went ahead and found the MD or the WebMD hyperlink to that just in case, because this is kind of talking about more of what veterans are going through and, you know, the nonprofit side of it. But I thought it'd be interesting to kind of add in another hyperlink just in case if the reader wants to figure out more about post-traumatic stress disorder and what it entails and just kind of like what the symptoms are and things like that. So I went ahead and hyperlinked that, and it looks like the next thing is PTSD can also lead to substance abuse problems among veterans. And the next sentence is, to combat the issue, the PTSD Foundation of America. So I thought it'd be good to include also a hyperlink to the PTSD Foundation of America. So there's that hyperlink. Okay. And then go ahead and put in a 2. So the PTSD Foundation of America works to provide counseling and a community for veterans stricken with PTSD. And then the rest of that paragraph looks good. And then we're going to move on to the next. And same thing with this. The Home Depot Foundation actually has their own page talking about what that kind of entails. So I thought that'd be interesting to put another hyperlink right there. Go ahead and do that. And then it reads, but one thing nonprofits who work with veterans should note are that today's, and that should be an is, because it's talking about the one thing. So, but one thing nonprofits who work with veterans should note is that today's veterans are different than veterans from previous generations. And the rest of that looks good, the rest of that paragraph. And then now we're on the last one. So this next one is the Philanthropy Roundtable's Guide to Veteran Philanthropy. And I actually found the page to that has the link to the actual topic of veterans that I wanted to hyperlink that with. And then later on it talks about just the Philanthropy Roundtable. And so I was going to go ahead and hyperlink the Philanthropy Roundtable to just their homepage. So there we go. And just to fix this a little bit grammatically, it says in the Philanthropy Roundtable's Guide to Veteran Philanthropy, they find that nonprofits for veterans should focus their energy on providing them with quality, and instead of them, put providing veterans and then with quality education that they will complete. And then that comma isn't necessary. So it'll go ahead and keep reading on. So providing veterans with quality education that will complete professional development that can lead them to a successful civilian job, and then as well as physical and mental health services. And then go ahead and read on down. So with these three areas of focus in mind, nonprofits dedicated to helping our